Alright, so this is going to be a review of the SIMPSON 3200 series pressure washer. I purchased it off of Amazon. Obviously, if you're watching this video review, you've scrolled down through and shown interest in it. As it comes in the box, it's very well packaged. Essentially, all you have to do once you get it is attach the handle with this bolt here, and they're easy to screw on, and the other bolt there. Attach your lines, put your siphon hose for your soap into the bottom there, and fill it with oil. It's very well labeled as far as putting the oil in it. They ship it with little to no oil in it, and then they ship you this package of oil. I hope you can see that clearly. It comes in the box with it. There's numerous stickers all over the box that if you forget to put the oil in it, you have essentially just not paid attention whatsoever. It also may smell a little bit like gas. I've read some reviews where people stated that they didn't smell gas, so they assumed that it wasn't tested. Mine had a gas odor in it, but there was no gas in it. I have not started this thing yet. Essentially, all I have done is hooked it to water, and I've primed it. If you're not familiar with pressure washers, once you hook them with water before you start them, you need to run all the air out of it. And I'm hoping that I got all the air out of it at this point in time. A couple additions that I made here to it before I ever even got it was I purchased this 3-foot section of hose, which I'll link in my review. It just makes it a lot easier to hook your hose to. I plan on zip tying this up here somewhere so that it doesn't put any stress on there if I pull on the hose or get too far away from the house. Another addition is I added a 50-foot section of the SIMPSON's power washer hose in addition to the 25 feet that comes with it. 25 feet sounds like a lot, but your average pickup truck with a double cab and a full-length bed is just around 20 feet. So my truck is probably just shy of 20 feet long. So 25 feet, you're going to have to scoot the pressure washer around it. You're not going to be able to get the whole thing if that's what you're doing. Or if you're pressure washing a house, you're going to be moving it every 10 feet that you try and pressure wash. So it's way more convenient to spend the extra $45 or $50 and get that extra 50 foot. They make it in 75 and 100 feet sections that I saw, and I think there's more than that as well. So like I said, I have yet to start it, so I'm going to turn it on, pull the choke out, and we're going to let this thing rip and see. Hopefully it starts for me. And it did say in the instructions to move the choke in and out a couple times once you get it running. Once I get this thing started, you're not going to be able to hear me. I'm going to put the 25% or 25 degree tip in it. I'm going to power wash my truck a little bit. Then I'm going to put the soap tip on it and put this line into the soap there and see how well it drafts, and apply some soap as well, and then that'll probably be the end of the video. Get over here away from this thing a little bit, and hopefully you can hear me. Make sure these are seated down in there good. I've seen these go flying across the way and get lost, so point them at something. And I believe I caught an air pocket there because I didn't prime the system good enough. So bleed it off a little bit, and hopefully it recatches prime. This is definitely air in the line. I've seen this before. Usually all you can do is kind of just keep going until it picks up back up on pressure. we're getting back to pressure now. Yeah, I had a lot of air in the line. You got to make sure you bleed that out really good. Pretty good pressure for the 25-degree tip. Blow a little of this ice around. Alright, so now that you can hear me again, pretty good pressure with the 25-degree tip. If I needed more pressure, obviously I'd skip down to the 15 to really cut the dirt off. Right now I'm going to put the black tip in, which is for the soap. The way these work, there's not an on-off switch for the soap dispenser. Essentially what it is when the water's flowing through it fast enough, it creates a draft and then ultimately puts soap in the line. Now that I have 75 feet of line on here, it's probably going to take a little while for that soap to get to where it's going, and that's also saying that this stays down in there, and this is not a ample setup here, so we're going to do what we can with what we got. So another thing is, when you turn this off after pressure washing and restart it, you need to bleed that pressure off, otherwise you're not going to be able to start it. There's going to be so much tension on the engine, it's not going to start well for you. Actually, you're not going to be able to start it at all. Something that I was talking about when I started pressure washing was make sure that tip's in there really secure, maybe point it into like something that if it does come out of there at a high rate of speed, it's not going to hurt anybody, and also you're not going to lose it, because it'll send it and you'll never find it again. So now that this tip's in, now that the soap's hooked up, we'll try and use the suds feature. Like I said, it's going to take a while for this to get around here, so let's get her going. Alright, so you see the soap going in there? So it's just a matter of time before it works its way all around here and gets up to the truck. So let's kind of see. Wow, that actually was way faster than I thought. So put a little soap on here, get it nice and sudsy. And then if you wanted to use degreaser for a tractor, or use a brush to really scrub the dirt off, it wouldn't take anything to get that soap in there. So I'm going to shut this off again.